This is Karl Schlierman. I am a Solutions Consultant with Beyond 20, and this video is going to show how to do a import of knowledge articles that contain HTML formatting. And instead of being able to do an import through the utilities that Cherwell provides, we're going to import an Excel document directly into SQL, and then we're going to be able to move that imported temp table over to our knowledge article table. So to begin, I just want to quickly show the Excel document that we have. So I'm going to go and show the Excel document that we have to import right here. And so this is our data in its raw format. It's just a standard Excel document with our various fields. And then we have our body text field, which contains HTML tags. And so in order to import that in, Cherwell has a hidden field called body text underscore HTML. And so what I'm going to do is map the import to place that body text with all of the HTML tags into that special field so that we can try and maintain our formatting. So this is our Excel document, and we're going to begin by going into our server. Now that we're on our workstation, we're going to go ahead and begin the import process into a temporary table. To do that, this machine has SQL Server 2017 installed. And so I'm going to go and initiate the import and export data wizard. And as we walk through this wizard, I'm going to go ahead and select the data source that I am working from, which is my Excel spreadsheet. And I will go ahead and point to where that document resides. Next, I'm going to pick my destination source, which is going to use the SQL Server Native Client 11. Once I'm in here, I can go ahead and select the server that I want to import to. And so I'll go and find the server that we're going to import to. I'm going to use my login credentials. So I'll get the login credentials typed in. Now this account has the ability to do write access to my database. And then I'm going to select the Cherwell database that I want to import into. And we're going to select this first option to copy the data from one or more tables or views. And here is where I get to give the name of the table that I want to import into. And so for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. Okay, now that I've given my database, the table a name, knowledge temp, we can look at the mappings that we have. And essentially what we're going to do here is we're just going to let the table get created, and we're just going to use the same fields that I have listed in my source document. And we're going to create a brand new destination table. So at this point, we can just click OK, and we'll move through the wizard. Next, and finish. It'll go through, and we've successfully transferred 681 rows into our temp table. Now that we have that table imported into our Cherwell database, we can run a PowerShell script, which will essentially map the fields from our temp table to the actual knowledge article table. So to do that, I bring up my Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and I have this script that I can run. And essentially what it does is that it says that we're going to insert into this knowledge article table all of these different fields. And we're going to select these fields in the same order to map them from our DBO knowledge table, the temp table that we created. And we're going to map these fields one-to-one for what we have here. Okay, now that we have our script all set up, ready to go, you'll notice that we map these fields that we're calling. So here are our knowledge article fields, each one, and we map it to our select statement here. The one thing that you'll notice that is a little bit different than the straight up fields that we're mapping is that you have to add in the rec ID field, because every single record that we need to create needs to have that record ID. In order to have a rec ID generated, you need to use this new ID, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. And so each of these will map a one-for-one, so rec ID to new ID, and then knowledge article ID, that field will map to our doc ID, title, file name, etc., etc. So the select statement is from our knowledge temp table, and we're inserting all of these fields into our knowledge article table. Now that we have our script, we're going to go ahead and execute. As you can see, we have 681 rows affected, and it says that our query executed successfully. Now, to test to see the results of what we imported, we can simply go back into Cherwell, and we can go into our rich client, and we're going to do a quick search on knowledge article. And here you can see that we had our knowledge articles import. And so we can go ahead and open up one of these knowledge articles. Aha! So one of the things that you may need to do when you import into knowledge article is that there is a value that you need to set that allows your form to become populated. So after you do your import, if you do have it come up to where you're not getting your current form to load, what usually happened here is that we didn't populate the page or page display field to tell it which form to load for knowledge article. So what I did to correct this, and just kind of a quick easy fix, is that I need to set those values for page and page display on knowledge to use article detail. So I just went ahead and created a one step to set those values in page display, and all it does is just update our business object with two values, and we set page to equal article details, and then page display to be set to the same thing. Once we have that one step, we can go ahead, right click, and run for the group, and it'll apply that to all the knowledge articles that we have here in our list. Okay, and now that that has completed to run, you can go ahead and open up your knowledge article, and you'll see now that our form displays, and you'll also see in the body text field, the solution workaround, we now have our formatting. It was able to retain that formatting because we imported into the body text HTML field. And there you have it. So that is a alternate way to import your data using the SQL Server import tool, and then being able to run a script, a SQL script, to take your data fields from a temp table and put them into your knowledge article table. And that method works fairly well given that my source was an Excel document, whereas the import utilities with Cherwell are limited to CSVs. So if you ever need to import an Excel document, well, this is one way that'll help you do that. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I was able to show you an alternative approach for importing information into your Cherwell system. As always, if you have any questions, please leave comments on this YouTube video, and you can check out more videos on the Beyond 20 website at YouTube. Thank you very much.